Hey there in YouTube land, and today we're going to be talking video games, and video games. We were recently watching the Watch Mojo's list, and I've been watching all week the top 10 list for the different generations of video games for every video game console. A lot of them I didn't agree with, but you know, each person has their own personal lists and stuff like that. Their ultimate lists I really didn't agree with. There was a couple on there that were okay, but I wouldn't agree with the top choice. It was really a safe choice. But we'll get into that afterwards. Right now, let's start talking about. I want to go into a kind of like every time I go online and I see something, some news like an IGN or a GameSpot news site, I go that and there's something about the Xbox One. There seems to be a proliferation of trolls, really just crappy comments, and it's really tiresome. But anyway, so trolls suck ass. That's pretty much a fact. We all know that. Trolls suck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Trolls suck. But, and 100 thumbs down coming up. What I wanted to talk about right now, before we got into this, because we're going to go into our favorite games lists, and we're going to talk about our favorite consoles of all time, stuff like that, is right now, it's about, it's August, and some people are actually starting to save up for Christmas.
They are.
So last year, a lot of people were among the, maybe I'll wait till next year till some more games will come out, and I'll buy the new console. So right now, we've played all of them.
Yeah, we have.
And every single console. We each have very different opinions on the consoles. And that's good, because this way you're going to get 3 different opinions, and they're very different, and neither one of us are going to probably have the same total opinion on how good a console is. But I want to talk about the 3 newer consoles, 4 really, and I'll get into that in a bit. And basically say what I think and what they think you should buy, depending on what type of gamer you are. Not what system you liked before, not what system you played there, but depending on what type of gamer you are. And let's start out here now. If you are if you're a casual gamer, what system do you go for, guys? If you're a casual gamer.
Oh, that's actually a bit of a toss-up. Because if you just like playing super casual,
because every console now has got into the indie gig. So
yeah.
every one of them is doing a lot of casual gaming stuff.
When it comes to like really casual, it's going to be like the Wii U, but you can also have a casual Xbox One, because that thing is shameless for its we're a game system, but also TV, also sports maybe if you want. We don't care.
In other words,
do whatever.
Kind of like what the PS3 did in the last generation. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, the PS3 in the last, but I like the PS3 in the last generation.
I like the Xbox One too, but that's the thing. That's what they do.
That's true. It's very like maybe we can be a Blu-ray player if you want. You make the choice.
Depending on how casual of a gamer you are, like for super casual,
what do you say?
I'd say the Wii U for super casual. But if you're like if it's like regular casual, like you play it like on a weekly basis, like it's cool, then I would suggest like the Xbox One.
Yeah, because there's a few games where you can just go on there and
just
be
like you can just go on, pick it up anytime. Garden Warfare.
But like, yeah, I don't know. In a weird way,
I'm gonna go with, and this is a cheat of a choice.
Yeah.
But
I'm
gonna say the 3DS. The 3DS is a really cool casual, and that's when I said 4. I could say 5.
Okay. Dad's putting in like hidden rules and stuff. I was originally gonna say the 3DS, even though I played that like
the 3DS.
Well, that kind of depends. The Wii U is a little more casual than
no, well,
no, because 3DS can go like everywhere with you. Like,
but
you can
like
play it all the time.
One of the things that's not often thought about though is that like even though we're like the Wii U is like the most casual, the Wii U is the one that's like it's coming out with
the best games right now.
Well, yeah, but like Super Smash Bros, which is a tournament fighting game. A lot of people, that's going to be like everybody like chilling around the house, like having a like big like party night for that.
We're not getting up to the party part yet, so let's wait.
I know, but I'm just saying, like it, like as much as it like seems casual, and it is casual, there's quite a few games, specifically Mario games and stuff like that, and when Legend of Zelda comes out, that you'll be sitting down and like playing for hours. So it's hard to really like.
If we were going to go most underrated, that would be one of the tops right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about a bit about casual gaming.
Yeah.
Let's go hardcore. Let's go right onto the other side of the spectrum and go for
right
hardcore gaming. Hardcore gaming, like those gamers that like to call themselves hardcore. And I think that the hardcore moniker is a bit of a fallacy and a bit of a joke.
Games are games, but I'd say
Like, who's to choose? Who's hardcore?
I don't know.
So-
See, who's to choose? Who's like casual? I can understand. Like, both casual and hardcore have like differing. Like, could have many different levels of anything.
But these are the most used like monikers when we type of the lists
Yeah.
and stuff like that. People like kind of throw them out. So we're going to throw them out, same as everybody else does. So casual. For hardcore guys,
Yeah.
what's the hardcore system?
I'm gonna say PS4, just on a logical standpoint overall. Not only on like the fact that it's got stuff like Bloodborne, which a game that one would consider hardcore, like Dark is basically it's a spiritual successor to Dark or Demon Souls, stuff like that, which are really like hardcore getting in their games. Also, I'm looking forward to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth on there, which is another like it's an indie game, but it's a little more like a lot of stuff to it. But it's that also just like on an actual technical standpoint. It's like look at all these specs for the gamer. It's the one that calls itself for the gamers.
Yeah, they did that.
It's the really like we're the hardcore console, and it fits that. It is very much that like we want you to play games.
But they don't. But
Like there's of course
What do you
the
think?
normal stuff.
It's. I would probably have to go with the PS4 too, just because it's like it's just kind of it's like how do you explain it?
The
You just
See.
you did it all
Well,
just there. Like it's
yeah, I
all
did.
it's
Well-
all right there.
well, see,
here's my
the
thought.
Xbox One.
I will say
is-
I have a preference over systems, but that's not going to come into play here. The hardcore gaming system, and I'll tell you why, and it's not a compliment. When I say it, is going to be for the PS4, and
yeah.
does it have the better specs and graphics and all that stuff right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. You really can't deny something that's there and it's pretty much laid out. That's true. Does it have the best games? No, I don't think so. I think it has. I think that it's pretty even overall. I'm going to not lie here and say that pretty much every system has games that are seriously worth picking up the console for.
yeah.
So it makes it really hard in this generation, and that is a fantastic thing to see happen. That we can actually see
I can
games
tell
on
you
all
right
of them. And even
now-
if you're not a fan of the Xbox One, or if you're not a fan of the Wii U, or you're not a fan of the 3DS, or even the Vita, if you want to put that one in there, there's something in there that's going to kind of tempt you. I mean, I got the 3DS, and I love my 3DS. I would not sell my 3DS, but I would love to have the Vita to go along with it if I actually had the money right now, because there's the Walking Dead Vita like bundled.
Which is
And
like
I'm a
some
Walking
extra
Dead
stuff.
guy. I got the I actually got the Walking Dead stuff out there in my cabinet, still waiting for season 4 to come. You'll see which edition I got. But everything has a little bit. But for the PS4, they do say it's the hardcore gaming system. Is it really any much different than the Xbox One? To be completely honest, no, it's not. They both decided to go into the indie gaming thing. They both went into the TV thing. Although people talk about the Xbox One, you talk about they did TV and stuff like that. Well, the PS4 had their TV shows, Power. So I'm kind of interested in seeing that. Even though I don't have the PS4, I will definitely check out the series Powers somehow. I'll find a way. But PS4, for its moniker of like, oh, let's get in there and get the gamers type thing, because Xbox screwed up with this when they started out this console generation.
Man,
Luckily, they came back from that, and I really think they came from that in a big way.
the one was a series of blunders until it came out.
And
Even when it came out, it was still like fixing up some stuff.
but
It's
still,
only now like getting back on track where it's like maybe we made a few errors. The pre-announcement, always online thing.
I'm gonna
Focus on
say
TV and sports.
I'm gonna say that the new guy that he hired on, since they've hired on Phil Spencer, the Xbox One, its updates have always been solid. It's always been like really good stuff that they put in there, and the PS4 seems to be putting in similar updates after the Xbox One, or hearing that the Xbox is putting out an update, then rushing an update out to kind of
I don't know.
beat it type thing.
To be fair,
And you know what? That's good. The competition is good. It's good for me. I'm a gamer, and I love the fact that they're pushing each other to go harder. But
the Xbox One itself can do that. Like, I need to do something now. As noted by the confusing new Tomb Raider game announcement. The absolutely baffling one that took weeks to explain.
that's kind of like the Silent Hill announcement, though, too.
Well, the Silent Hill announcement was, like, really cryptic and weird. But, like,
There's the thing. This is the kind of like a back talk that goes on. that PS4 and Xbox One will do kind of the similar things. But what annoys me, and you got to admit this, PlayStation came out and said, well, we don't buy exclusives, and then they talked about the Silent Hill thing.
That's not as...
Yes, it is.
Not really.
Yes,
Not
it
at
is.
all.
They're both timed exclusives.
We don't know anything about Silent Hill right now.
We're assuming
only
it's a
thing-
timed exclusive at this point.
See, the thing is, Silent Hill has always had like a matchup with PlayStation. It appeared first on the PlayStation and stuff like that. So I would not be in any regard surprised if it was a full exclusive.
But here's the thing.
Or if they just wanted to announce it with them because of
And what was
it's a
wrong
good
with the Tomb Raider announcement?
The Tomb Raider announcement was confusing. It was
wasn't
announced as an
confusing.
exclusive, but it's not. It's a
It
timed
said,
exclusive.
and I can quote here.
Yeah.
It was exclusive to the Xbox One holiday 2015. It's exactly what they said.
Exactly.
If people couldn't pick it out from there, I'm sorry.
But,
if you've been
even
watching,
the
if you
president
watch
of
more than
Sony
one
didn't
E3
know.
or something, oh, poor guy.
But it's weird. It was a weird way to announce it.
And you know what? It's a good thing. And they even went out, Xbox did, and they complimented the PlayStation. They said, this is a game, it's a timed exclusive, basically. We want to get out there. We really like what they're doing with Uncharted.
Yeah.
We kind of wanted to have our own game like that. And this was kind of our way to get kind of an Uncharted-style game, and which was really cool. And the PlayStation 4 came out and said, well, we don't buy exclusives. Like a dick, literally. They came out like a complete dick, and PlayStation has done like that. And, no, it's been kind of comical, like with some stuff they done. No, the guy before on Xbox was horrible. And he was fired for a reason. He sucked. And I did not enjoy watching him whenever I watched E3s or any of the other gaming shows, whatever. But right now, Xbox has been leading it when it comes to announcing and doing it, without being complete asses of it. To be totally honest with you. Now, so we got if Wii U is for casual gamers and the PS4 is a hardcore gaming system, where exactly does the Xbox One fit? Well,
sports.
No, not sports, not at all. But it's a gamer system. And I'll tell you why I call it a gamer system. Because it has a lot of good games. I mean, right now, out of the three of the systems, the Wii U has the most good games.
Yeah.
Xbox One is number 2 in the amount of good games that are out there right now. And following in a distant third right now is the PS4, which does not have a lot. You cannot say it has a lot of good games right now. It doesn't.
What super good games does the Xbox One have currently?
Well, the Xbox One currently, get down there, kitty, has aside from Forza and Dead Rising and stuff like that, and Plants vs. Zombies, Garden
That's
Warfare.
on the other game.
Just now.
Just
recently
now. It's
came
still
out,
on both
but
systems.
it was on the Xbox One from
That's
the
fine.
beginning.
But
So
if
you
we
can't
go
say
for
that. And again, it's a gamer's console, and not just in the games that it has, but in what it does. The little big plants and stuff like that are really cool. They're cute and they're nice and stuff like that. But Project Spark is a big game changer. I know for me, especially when it comes to this console here. Project Spark's been amazing, and they haven't been utilizing or showing it enough, to be honest with you, because this is an incredible thing that they have going on inside that big VHS-looking consoles there, and they're not talking about it enough.
No one mentions it ever.
Project Spark gets played in this house a lot when my kids are here or my kids aren't here.
Especially me, I find it really interesting to code and make the games.
I just like looking at stuff.
Mess around with the brains of the characters, make different worlds, games, and stuff. I want to make something out of what's given to me.
And I think that
they give you a lot of stuff.
They do. They give you, and it's only the beta.
Game, though. I think
and
even
it's
in the game,
a lot.
It's even in the game, it's underutilized. And I think that's because no one ever talks about it.
But I mean,
the game's really fun, but a lot of people are doing the same stuff. I think if people talked about it more, if there was more this is what Project Spark is, look at it, this is why it's impressive, you get a lot more people flowing in there and be even more impressive.
Once more people see it, and once it gets launched, once they launch it in October 17th, 2014, Project Spark, there's they should pay me for that one, right?
Yeah.
But again, Project Spark is amazing. You can go on there and you can be playing games that people made. Zelda, type games where you basically pay the link and stuff like that, and you're playing it, and you're playing for 5 or 2 minutes, and all of a sudden you forget you're playing Project Spark, and you actually think, and you fall into that trap like, man, I'm playing a Zelda game. This one's pretty cool. You know, there's things, and then, oh damn, this is not Zelda. I'm actually playing a Zelda that was made by somebody. And that's pretty freaking amazing. Godzilla stuff has been there.
Yeah,
I've seen kind of like Space Geometry Wars type games that done there. We've seen like Tetris style games. They've gone the next step with the tower defense games. So there's some really great stuff with that. Just some amazing stuff. Whether you're just somebody who wants to go on and play casual games, whether you want to see games from any system kind of like brought over and made them. So you can take what we were talking about the other day is like, imagine take their early Zelda games or early Mega Mans or something like that and kind of like bring them into the Project Spark, because you can do that and you can like 3D render them. Just have some really, really cool stuff.
Because like, I think that where it is now isn't where it could be, and that's because nobody's talking about it. Like, for every like fun Zelda game, which is pretty much just like is really, really fun, but it's just like mildly skinned like what it normally is. I played the Godzilla game, where you play as a really well-rendered Godzilla or Gamera stuff, and you fight in a city, and it's completely different from everything else. Or I'll play one of the very few first-person shooter-type games that they show that are also like very different from anything else.
But the thing is, there's so much there. I mean, you just got to manage to weed your way through it. But I got to say, and this is why I'm going to list this one right now as for early on. At this point, I will also call it the Xbox the RPG gamer console. And I think we can pretty much agree on that one.
I guess.
Yeah. I do think so.
It's
I think.
Hard to say, really.
Yeah, I would say right now the Xbox One, whether you're going to be playing the RPGs with a lot of your friends or stuff like that, I think that the controller is great for stuff like that, as it is for a lot of the shooter games. It makes Garden Warfare really fun to play, and but go on to Project Spark and look in their RPG section and stuff like that. The Xbox One definitely has it where it goes for RPGs.
I still think of the Xbox. I'll always think of the Xbox as the like frat house gaming system, and I always will, because a lot of its stuff is geared towards, especially when you have even now, Halo, Titanfall.
I wouldn't say frat house. That's like a party. Like it's.
Well, at the same time, like
so, it's a social gaming system.
Yeah, I guess, but I can see like people sitting down, playing like one of those shooter games or like a sports game. They've got something snapped onto the side. They're eating like chips and stuff like that. They're just like, yeah, awesome.
So they're having a fun time.
Yes, but you can have a fun time in either regard. I have a fun time just sitting down. I played like 80 or more than 80 hours of Monster Hunter, and I'm not doing like sitting down with my chips and stuff and like playing in depth, but I'm still having a fun time.
So
it
now
all depends upon what like.
Speaking of Monster Hunter, we've got to mention this right now. I'm sure a lot. This has been mentioned a lot. So the new 3DS. What do you think?
Yeah, I want that. I want it a lot.
I want all of it.
The extra. I really want to see how it feels. The extra like really small control stick.
The analog stick. So we got 2 analog sticks coming on a new 3DS. It's being released first in Japan. They always do it there first. It's going to have a micro SD slot, and that's apparently a better battery life. Just overall, a kind of a cool new redesign. It's going to look a little bit better, play a little bit better, be aimed more towards a lot of the hardcore gamers or people who play a lot of games like Monster Hunter and stuff like that.
Xenoblade Chronicles is the first one.
Xenoblade Chronicles is going to be going exclusively to it. And there are going to be certain games that are going to be exclusive to this version of 3DS, which is going to be both amazing and piss off some people.
Yeah.
And I can understand that, but they've got to put in at a nice price point, apparently from 160 to 180. So it's a very affordable price point if it's one you wanted to buy. But as for
I know several people who were pissed off actually.
Yeah, and you know what?
I have friends who I have this one friend who specifically like refused to get a 3DS ever. He still doesn't have one because he didn't understand why he had to upgrade from his normal DS to a 3DS.
He seriously didn't understand why he had to upgrade from it.
He didn't understand. Like he's like, the games still work on there. Why would I upgrade? It's all. And
it's not about the 3D.
It's really not. It's really not.
It's just a really well-designed, done system.
So, like, man, I think I played more of that system, like, as a whole.
It's a great
in the
system.
last year than I have, like, any of the other systems I have.
Like, if you're, I understand if you're a console gamer or something like that, then, my recommendation, get what you like. Obviously, there's different choices there. I'm an Xbox One guy this time around. I was never an Xbox guy before. I played the original Xbox. I liked some of the games on it. I think there was one I really used to play called Sudiki or something like Sudiki. It was like a...
Dakota or no? That's
It's like a RPG, but done kind of like a futuristic type RPG. If you guys remember name it, put it in the comment box down below.
I'm a PS4 guy.
I played the 360. We're not talking.
3DS.
And,
Well, I mean consoles.
and as for consoles,
Everyone, I think here
That's
agrees the best.
console.
No, it's a handheld console.
Alright,
But as for an actual full console,
for an actual full console, he likes the PS4, and I'm an
Yeah.
Xbox One guy. And
I'm
think-
kind of like in between. Like,
she likes parts of both of them, but she's a 3DSer right now.
yeah, like,
to be fair, I think
I
everyone can
carry
agree that
my-
like 3DS when it comes to
carry-
handheld.
like
Yeah,
I
if you-
have my 3DS like always on me. I don't leave the house without my bag, and I have it always in there
I
with
spent,
its
like,
charger because the
Most
battery
of last year
dies
with it.
all the time because I use it. Like,
I'm always
all the
turning
time.
on my. That's the thing. I've always got my 3DS close by, and it's in charging right now. Actually, play Pokemon on it. I play mostly. I play like a lot of the games I've downloaded. 3DS is great for stuff like
I think
downloaded from the store. I got like the Super Mario Brothers 3, which is amazing.
the most games I've actually gotten are like bought and myself have been on the 3DS, and I'll like trade them back and forth. What?
I gotta say, Xbox One. I love the. Okay, different systems for different things. PS4 has a great community share thing of their Facebook style share things is done really well. I do like that, and I miss that with the Xbox One. But what I do like with the Xbox One, it has a better interface overall. Interface is easier to use. Pinning and unpinning things is actually pretty simple, and there's very little learning curve on it. And overall, it's a fantastic system. For controller wise, the PlayStation 4 has really upped their controller. I mean, the PlayStation 3 wasn't a bad controller, but it was something that a lot of the more hardcore gamers really didn't get into. The PlayStation 4's controller has become more of a gaming controller than the last one was. Xbox 360 took a pretty safe route and haven't changed it a lot, but the place that he changed theirs, Xbox One, I mean, changed theirs from the 360 has done a good job with it. The bumpers take a while to take a bit, upper bumpers take a bit to get used to, but once you've been playing for a bit, you realize that, okay, I can see why they did this. When you first play it, you're not sure why they did it, but as you play it more, it becomes better in the hands. As for the Wii U controller, I had fun with it. I like the gamepad. Was it needed? Why not? Is it a little gimmicky? Maybe, but you know what? I really enjoyed it, and I have watched stuff on the gamepad. I've even been watching, I remember when I was watching Netflix, and I won't say what the TV show movie was, but I was watching a movie, and it was one of those girly movies. It really was. I was just in one of those moods, and I wanted to go make tea.
Yeah.
I make tea. Yes, I know it's a shock on this channel to realize I drink tea. But I wanted to keep watching it, so I just clicked it onto the Netflix onto my gamepad and took it with me while I was making tea and watching Mean Girls 2.
I remember the only time I've ever actually watched. Well, I watched Netflix on my iPad, but I've actually watched Netflix on 3DS before.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not the worst. I
got the-
remember once. I think when I first got here, when we were in the downstairs apartment, I once I was I want to watch something right now, so I hooked up to Netflix, went into the bath I was going to use the washroom, and I was like, I got my 3DS, I'm gonna watch an episode of Angel. I watched an
That's
episode
so
of Angel, and I was like, yeah, I think I spent an hour in there and got worried.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm
it's
gonna watch
so
this.
cool. The 3D, if you don't have a 3DS, I really recommend you pick it up. It's
Really, really
great
good.
stuff. If you're a newer gamer, got some great stuff on it. If you're an old school gamer, it's
Man.
it's really cool.
Still have to
If-
be mastered.
If you're you got a bunch of friends and stuff like that, and you're playing Halo, you're going to be playing Skyrim, the next or Elder Scrolls game, whatever the hell it's going to be called.
Well, Elder Scrolls Online, which will come out eventually.
Yeah,
sometime
I guess.
when-
Yeah. Xbox One is really fun, and don't discount it. If you're really hardcore into the gaming, and you've got to have the best graphics type of thing, and that's your thing, and you're the type of person that has that, then the PS4, or maybe you just like the PS4 games, you like the Sony
I
games,
do.
the exclusive. Get yourself a PS4, and
You want to play DC
but don't be a dick about it. And okay, you know what? Great stuff on there. There's great stuff on the PS4. They do the best right now in free to play gaming.
True.
I've got to say that is the system for free-to-play gaming, PS4. Actual games that you're going to buy in the store, Xbox One. Fun games for the whole family, the Wii U. You can't go wrong with either system. Just know yourself and know the type of games that you're going to play. Don't be sheep. Don't go in with the mentality of like, oh, I got to get this because everybody else is getting it, or I got to get this because this is what Uber site online is telling me to do. Go in, look at the games, look at what you like, and what you like, what you play. What did you play this generation? What did you play the last generation?
That's true.
Were you playing a lot of Halo last generation? Are you going to be playing more of it? Well, the Master Chief Collection and the new Halo game, you're probably going to be playing that. You're going to be probably playing Destiny, which is on both systems. Were you playing Uncharted? No, was that one of your favorite games? Was Infamous one of the things that you had to have when it came out? Then maybe the PS4 is something you want to look at. That's the thing. You're a zombie fan. Do you like Dead Rising, like stuff like that? Maybe you want to pick up the Xbox One. Are you a Mario fan? Do you really like those kind of cool games, Mario Kart and Smash Brothers and stuff like that?
Oh, by the way, new Mario Kart should have been on 3DS.
But
that was a bad move, Nintendo. What was that?
That was a sucky move.
Man, I was so waiting. I saw disappointed.
Me. I bought the 3DS because I heard that the Mario Kart game was coming out. My daughter has the other Mario Kart game, the one that came before that. And I'm like, yes, I got it just at the right time because they're having the new Mario Kart game. I did not know that wasn't coming on the 3DS.
Me and Charles actually, he was like, what? New Mario Kart game's out now. I gotta go get it. And like, I was like, I'm not really sure if it's on the 3DS. I haven't heard anything about it. He's like, no, it's gotta be. And then we went to the store and it's not. And we were just like, wow.
Maybe Christmas. I don't know. Maybe is there an announcement?
No, there's nothing.
It brings a tear to my eye.
Which is weird because Super Smash Brothers, which has never been on like a handheld console, will be. So I don't understand why they didn't just put it on there.
I know.
Maybe it was just like a look here. Please get the Wii U like marketing like throw, but just put it on both.
Now it's time, guys. We've talked about consoles and we did enough. We're gonna go in our way back machine.
Way back machine.
Way back.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about some of the best games and best consoles of all time. And right now, and Watch Mojo did a list. And number 10 for them was GoldenEye. Number 1 was Ocarina of Time. Both that I can say are really good games. It does belong on a best gaming list. They used Super Mario World as one of theirs as well.
I don't know. It was in 4th, though, which was weird.
Anyway, let's talk about some of the games that we enjoy and some of our favorite game systems. So we're going to go around first and say, well, just top gaming consoles.
Okay.
Cass? I'm going to let Cass go first. She's like, I don't want to go first.
I don't know.
What do you play? You play your 3DS?
Yes.
What do you play? What consoles do you play normally? Do you play PS3? Do you play Nintendo Wii? Did you play a lot of that? Or?
Come on, Cassandra.
I don't know.
You can do this.
Pressure.
I don't know. Skip me, Matthew. What do you play?
Okay.
Jeez. I really like Super Nintendo. Really like Super Nintendo. A lot of really good Super Nintendo games that I could get down with.
Oh man.
You could get down jiggy with it.
Yeah, a lot of
really hard. Like a lot of the what?
That's some cool wrestling games.
Yeah, but like I could get down with some Super Nintendo games if I had the money, like to go out and just like I'd be getting all the Metroids. I'd get all the like original Legend of Zeldas, the Mario games. I get the All Star Pack. You know, the one with like all 3
I remember
plus
that came out actually.
I'd get Demon's Crest. I've always really wanted to go through Demon's Crest. All the did I say Metroid games? Probably said the Metroid games.
The Metroid games.
All the Mega Man games, all that good stuff. The Mega Man X and all that. That stuff's really good.
Mega Man Battle Network.
Battle Network's really awesome.
Really underrated.
I don't understand why we should get more of those games, but apparently we're on like Capcom. It's Capcom, right? Yeah, Capcom's going through that Mega Man drought they were going through after they canceled like 4 games.
The only way you're going to see Mega Man now is if you play Dead Rising. That's pretty much...
Play the new Smash Bros. Game. Isn't that?
Yeah. Or you could play those on the Mega Man, like, kind of like games that came on the on the PlayStation and the Xbox.
They announced like 2 or 3 different like...
Trust me, it'll be brutally hard and you'll be crying.
Like
but
copy games for Kickstarter, like I think like Blue X or some stuff like that.
For me, and I'm going to go with something going to be really quick about this and do it the best way that I can.
Still a Dreamcast.
That's what I'm getting into.
Oh,
you totally wrecked it for me.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say something like the GameCube.
Totally ruined.
Dreamcast
silly
is still
thing.
one of the greatest systems that was
So
ever made.
good.
It
Only
basically
fatal flaw
prefaced
was-
everything that would come later on. They did the online. They did
Yeah.
some great
Only
fighting
fatal
stuff.
flaw was
It
that-
had some fantastic
Mhm.
sports games. And my son's not a sports games
I'm
fan,
not.
but
I'm
I
not
do
working.
and
Okay.
enjoy like some fun games.
No,
I find
I
it's
had
cool.
some really hardcore fun with, once again, on the Super Nintendo. Me and my friend played a hockey game on the Super Nintendo that was just ridiculously fun.
There's some awesome hockey games. We used to play hockey games on the Xbox 360.
To be fair, we also used to play wrestling games and tape them off with VHSs.
Yes, we probably shouldn't say that, but yes, we did.
It's,
Back
it's
to PlayStation 1,
embarrassingly
yes.
silly, but it was just like we make our own pay-per-views and commentate them.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, it was really nice.
SmackDown, Know Your Role too. That's where
Can't
it
do it
started.
nowadays. But yeah, it is.
But it was fun. Wrestling was fun back then.
It's
And
so fun you could get into games with back in the day.
yeah, we played the PlayStation 1 a
That's
lot.
why
I
we're
love
in
the
the way back
PlayStation
machine.
1. I love the Dreamcast. I think the 360 revolutionized online gaming, no doubt about it. I was a PS3 gamer during the 360 time, but Xbox Live was bar none just and still is the best for online gaming. It just is, and they've dedicated the servers. They've had the time to do it, and it's great.
Really?
And PlayStation 4 now is going on the Xbox type of style,
Yeah.
and that's good. There's nothing wrong with that because to have PlayStation finally please stop getting hacked. PlayStation, just please just get hire some hackers to work on your system, and trust me,
Yeah.
you won't get hacked anymore. They will.
But
But-
like in the way back machine, you mentioned the PS1.
I love the
Love
PS1.
the PS1. PS1 was great. I remember the first two games I got for the PS1 was
Remember when Tony Hawk was relevant as a game?
yeah, that was real.
That was amazing. Pro
Playing
Skater.
as
Oh my god.
Spider-Man?
Number 2 was amazing.
Playing as Spider-Man.
Number
playing
3
as,
when you're playing. Number three, prison.
yeah,
That
oh,
prison. When you're skating through that prison, it's just incredible. Oh, and speaking of Skate 2 great games. Yay, come on. Where's Skate 3? I really want it.
I don't know, was there Skate 3?
No. There was two really good skate games, and bam, that was it.
Oh, are those the ones I used to play like all the
Yeah, it's got like
games?
they got really
They're
good
really
physics
good.
to it.
I haven't played a skate game in a long time, like a skateboarding
Great
game.
control. I mean, like yeah, it's been a lot.
The memories.
That's like remember you go through the whole. There's a bunch of skating games, a bunch of snowboarding games. Love the snowboarding games.
Yeah.
I used to play
Great
all
indie
sorts
rock
of
on those games. I used to a
There
lot of
was.
punk, a lot of indie rock, really cool stuff. I'm really about the soundtracks on a lot of these games,
Really
and those
like-
games really had great stuff. Tony Hawk had some great stuff,
Oh, man.
It-
Tony Hawk playing as like Spider-Man or Darth Maul.
or the
They're
wrestling
doing some
games.
fun. Those games are just
Man.
fun. Wrestling games are fun
Some
too.
of those wrestling games, you just turn it on and you get that song that will come on at the menu because it would have a different song in each time. And it'd be like kind of a hard rock or rock song or kind of a punk song or something like that. And when you got that one song that you really liked, and it wouldn't be like when they show it, most of the time it's going to be somebody's theme song.
yeah.
But back in the day, they had actual soundtracks, and they would have like different songs that would go through.
yeah.
So you would actually hear that. You'd like, oh, this song was playing, and you wouldn't go on to the game right away. You would let the song play out,
Yeah.
so you could hear the whole song, and then you go on to the game.
Kind of funny because oh god, I think it's I don't know if it's some 41. It's someone who like they do a lot of music that's in like the older like 2008 like and earlier wrestling games, and my friend's a really big fan of them. So like I'll hear him listening to music sometime. And I'll be like, that's from like I'll be playing General Manager
Yeah.
mode in 2008, and I'll be listening to that song.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Remember, God, one thing I'm excited about in the newest ones, and I think you can correct me if I'm wrong here, Matt,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that and it's an exclusive, I think, for the Xbox One,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of excited. It's a music game. It's Fantasia,
Oh yeah.
and I'm actually very excited to check that out and see exactly like what's involved. I heard there's some great like exclusive music there, and there's some like
They just
really
actually
cool
announced
stuff.
the last 3 tracks. I didn't look at what they were, but they just announced the last like 3 or 4 tracks.
Just some really incredible stuff. Fantasia. It's
Yeah.
a very exciting game, and Xbox is the creator's game system. There, we'll go with that one. We'll go Xbox One. We'll give it its creator's game system,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, with Project Spark, I'll give you that one.
and the Fantasia, and like a lot of the different stuff that's coming out. Last time around, I would have gave it to the PS3 for great stuff like Little Big Planet and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And there is another Little Big Planet coming out, but still, it's just adding more characters and some different things. And it'd be fun to
It's
play and
cool,
stuff like that. But it's not. But once you go to like a Spark or something like that, it goes to a completely different
Yeah.
level. And then there's nothing wrong with that. Well, obviously we're huge fans of Spark, and even Forza. I've never played Forza and liked it before, but I can play the new Forza, and it's really good. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
like
fun.
I gotta say, the new Forza is really. I can control the cars. I'm not crashing every 5 seconds. Bonus right there.
I got in first place in a race, and I suck at racing games.
But what's really cool too is like when you're not playing it, your car, basically they ghost your car. And when people are playing, you're always playing. You're not playing against like AIs. You're playing against like actual other people's car, and they basically keep track of the way people drive and play, and they update it. And you play against other people, whether online or not. You're playing against their cars. So if you play too, you're doing okay with it. You can actually turn off your system. Doesn't matter. You go back to it, and you realize. I went back, but a week later, I played 152 races that I had not known I'd been in. Because I had all this money that I won. Not very well much, because I've sucked at it at this point.
You
know, I did
like
slower
2 cars or something.
Yeah, it was
We
really
have a
cool stuff.
rival or 7.
Yes, it's really cool. And I'm actually, for the first time ever, there's a Forza game coming out near Christmas, and I'm kind of like, man, I've never bought a Forza, but I'm kind of thinking about buying the new Forza
I
game.
would like designing cars in those games.
It's
really fun.
Our car's like a special, super cool looking golden car.
that is an awesome car.
It's
I would
really
love,
awesome.
in like real life, that car would be so rocking. Oh man, yes, I went to a special place thinking about that car. A very special place. Favorite games of all time. In the Mario games, your top 3 Mario games. Your top 3 Mario games. Yes, you can.
You can do this.
Okay, let me
Come on,
think.
you got it.
Jeez. Let me think.
Oh, come on now.
I don't know.
Okay, Matthew, you go first. We're going to come back to you.
Okay.
Super Mario World is probably my top one.
Okay, you didn't do an order, but okay, it's great.
What? We were gonna do them in order, probably. That was the
I'm
first
not doing
one.
an order. I'm just doing my top 3.
Yeah, I just thought of that first. Super Mario World, I really like Sunshine. A lot. Sunshine's
You're
really,
going to put
really
that in your top 3?
well, like,
No, it's okay. It's a ballsy choice. It's a different choice.
I like Sunshine. I like Sunshine.
Oh, I do
a lot.
like it too. I think it's a good.
I think
underrated
Sunshine's the
game.
most unique of their games, and like I really like the vibrance of the game, though. You know, could use a little bit more Luigi.
Give me another.
Whatever.
Give me another one.
And the final one I'm gonna say is probably.
What?
I really like 3D World. It's like a toss up between like probably.
Is that the new one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna go 3D World. I'm gonna pick 3 different games, only because you picked games that I like, and I want to try and be different. And there's so many Mario games to pick out there.
Yeah, there's
Obviously,
a lot.
Super Mario Brothers 3. I think that Super Mario would not be where it is today if Super Mario Brothers 3 had not become so amazingly popular and
Sure.
so amazingly playable. Super Mario World is a fantastic game, and it does beat Super Mario Brothers 3 in almost every way, but it would not have been brought out if Super Mario Brothers 3 would not have became the enormous success that it was. And for me, Super Mario Brothers 3 is going to be the top one for that very reason. Super Mario Galaxy.
Galaxy's really cool.
Very, very different, very cool game. And they took some real cool chances, did some stuff with physics that was really, really interesting. And the level designs were unique and awesome.
Yeah.
And I was going to say the Wii U one, but which is an awesome game. I really recommend it. But I'm
Really,
going to
really
say
fun throwback.
New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
It's on the 3DS. It's such an incredible game. I mean, I played it over and over and over again. It's got great levels, great level generation, and the second one is just as good. Those are my top 3 Mario games for right now.
Oh yeah, I agree. I totally agree with everyone's choice. It's hard to. Unless we were like saying like Super Mario 2, Super Mario 64, and like I don't know Hotel Mario, it'd be hard to make any choices.
is missing.
Questionable. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe that one.
I'd say Super Mario Kart. See, I don't remember like the specific.
To be fair, those are
names.
Mario
The
games.
thing- okay, the
What
thing
Super Mario
is
Kart
that
do you play the
There's
most?
like
The
I
seven.
played
You played 7.
mostly a 7, yeah, but I played one on the
Okay.
Wii with my friend once. It was like
Super fun.
7's probably better than that one.
yeah,
generally.
7.
We'll
But
go with
One of the
So-
most like universally
Seven.
loved
So she was
ones.
saying
I
the
would
Super
say-
Mario Kart series.
yeah,
We'll give her that.
Super Mario Galaxy, like Dad said, because that one was really fun.
Yeah, it is.
It was because of like how like when you moved, worlds would move and like just
You know what?
challenges.
It was a revolution.
You know what no one's here is gonna say at all,
Can I
but it's
finish?
really good. Yeah, you can go finish.
Finish.
You said you were gonna finish. Didn't
Yes, because I had one in mind, but you made me forget it.
You? All right.
Okay, what's your third choice?
Oh, it's
You want System Fun?
3D World, I think.
World, yeah.
Is that the one for the Wii U?
You're talking about the Wii U one or the 3DS one, which is 3D Land?
Yeah, okay. Like, those two are tied for me.
Okay.
They're, like, tied for the third.
You know what no one's gonna say
Awesome
at
choices.
all, and no one did say?
What?
It's really good. Paper Mario games.
Oh,
Paper-
I forgot about
Paper
that.
Mario 1,
They're fun.
the original Paper Mario, and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door
You know
are
what
really,
else?
really good.
Well,
Super
nobody
Paper
said.
Mario is weird, and I hate Sticker Star. I completely hate Sticker
You
Star.
bought it, yeah.
I did. I bought it. I was like, I love Paper Mario. It's gonna be great. That game is cheap.
At least
I
you
don't
got
go
this.
into the boss fight, use all of my stickers, and it's like, oh, didn't you know you had to use the fan? Now go back and use the fan. And I'll be like, but I used the fan earlier. I didn't know.
But another one people didn't mention, another series, and you know, it's a fun series. Maybe not be the most revolutionary.
Mario Tennis.
Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party.
Mario Party's fun.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I have fun playing Mario Party with you guys. We had some amazing games with that.
I
You
used
ever
to go
wanna
to
have,
my
like,
friend's house and just spend like hours playing like Mario Party.
Nintendo does such great stuff, and you get
Yeah.
such ragged on now, and it's such a shame because you know I got my 3DS XL over there, you know, the Mickey Mouse one, which is really cool to be honest with you. And I really want the new 3DS, but I'm thinking I might get the Wii U again this Christmas. Might do it a second time in a row
Do it.
because it's such a good system.
It's a really cool system.
That's what I wanted to get you guys last year. But you guys wanted a PS3.
Oh my
so.
god, I want
I
to
like
Wii so bad.
Well, I think last year we'd still be waiting for something to get.
Well,
Because, you know, it's been taking some time. I think, like, the Smash Brothers game should be out by the time it's out, right?
well, they already got the Mario Kart one, which is amazing. Apparently.
Yeah, you probably get a really good bundle with that stuff
Oh yeah.
by Christmas and
I
stuff.
really want to Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, no, I want it on 3DS.
Fun game.
Oh, I want to do
It's getting
so
DS
bad.
It's getting DLC.
We
Like,
want-
really good DLC with, like, stuff like Dry Bones Bowser or Dry Bowser.
That's not
You
what I
know
was
what?
excited. There's other
Link.
characters.
You know what?
Yes, thank you.
Link
You
is
know
really
what it
cool.
should have, but it doesn't?
I like Dry Bones Bowser.
Exactly. We apparently we love the 3DS. We do.
That's
Probably didn't realize how
cool.
much we loved it until now, but you know, do love that system. So guys, have we talked about everything we want to talk about? Top
Yeah.
games. Top games. We still haven't done the top games, and we said we are going to do some of our top games.
Yeah.
That was like the big thing. We're going
That
to.
was the
45
main
minutes
part
of,
of the video.
like, procrastination.
But top games. I'm just going to list out some top games for me. It's not going to be in any order, but obviously the Super Mario games, Super Mario 3, Super Mario World are some of my top games of all
Yeah.
time. Halo 2 was a fantastic game, and
I don't think it should have been on that list.
it wasn't on the list, was it?
It was.
Was
Halo
it?
2 was on that list.
Halo 2, the Halo games, Halo
I didn't
franchise
think
itself,
that.
but you know what I like? No, and this is not been anybody's top list, but my top list, and that's okay because I'm good with that, and it's a tie of two franchises
Yeah.
that got absolutely zero cred at all when it came out.
Yeah.
Some people know them now, but one's for the Sony and one's for the Xbox, and they're both exclusives.
What?
And one was Gears of War,
Mm,
and the other one was
which one are we talking about here?
Gears of War is pretty much rival back in the day.
Rival? Oh, I don't know, actually. What are you referring to, exactly?
Aliens.
Aliens?
There's aliens in it.
Is Aliens that? I think.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
Resistance.
Thank you.
Resistance. Resistance is really good. I
Uh,
really like Resistance.
Both of those had some pretty weak games in them, but the
Oh,
overall
man.
gameplay and fun of those could not be, you know, you couldn't deny it. They were fun games. What I consider like a best on list, probably not. But like games that I would go back to and play over and over again, yeah, I did. I played a lot of those games. Like Earth Defense Force. I really liked that game. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
Me
Earth Defense Force is a game that scares, like, one of the very few games that scares shit out of me.
too.
There's
I
giant
hate
bugs
I
everywhere.
hate insects.
Oh, God.
So
Getting all up close to the screen, giant ants and face all over the place. I don't like that stuff.
so far this generation, one of the ones for me, I gotta say, Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare, one of
Yeah.
the best games.
That's good.
And for me right now, I'm out. I'm gonna let you guys finish talking about it. I have to go check on my better half.
All
so
right.
you guys can hit the red button when the game finishes.
When
Okay.
the game
the
finishes.
game
See, this is how much we've been talking
When it's
game.
all over.
Game over.
So you guys can talk
For
about
me,
the best games
best
What?
games.
of all time.
I'm just gonna
of all
start
time.
naming off
Okay.
games.
I personally, when it comes to personal stuff, because I'm more of a personal, like, when it comes down to it. Because, like, people are like, fundamentally, like, this is the best game of all time. For me, there's games I'll go back to so much. Like Sonic Adventure. I think I have currently 3 different versions of Sonic Adventure on 3 different systems. I actually had 4, but the other one broke.
Was that one?
I had a disc copy. I had the 3 it was a bad version. It was like the 3 game collection for the Xbox 360, which I had. I have it downloaded on the Xbox 360, and I have it on the GameCube. My favorite edition, the Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, which is the best when it comes to Cherry Garden and stuff. And I have it on the Dreamcast because I love that game so much that I have 4 copies. Well, 1 broken, so 3 copies of it. I just love that game. Another game really big for me, and this is not one anyone's gonna well, I can't say no one's gonna disagree with it, but it gets a lot of love in its own respect, and I hope it's gonna get a 3DS remake just like everybody else does. Majora's Mask, because I played Ocarina of Time. I love Ocarina of Time. I need to beat Master Quest. I'm at I think I'm at the Shadow Temple. But Majora's Mask just has it's a cut above in a weird way. There's more choices. I love choices in games, especially when there's games that don't have many choices. Legend of Zelda is not a very choicey game. And when it's you get one of the only actual full side quest things you can do in Legend of Zelda, really big side quest, is getting the Bigoron sword, and I love that quest. But when you get into Majora's Mask, there's getting all the masks, there's the Gilded Blade, plus the Razor Blade, plus all the different side quest swords and all the other cool stuff you can get. And it's even got a little mini side quest thing in the game, which is cool and different for a Legend of Zelda game. Do you have anything to add in before I go on to anything else?
No.
Okay. I also think one of the best.
You're, infatuated with these
I am really
games.
infatuated with these games. I think the Monster Hunter series is one of the most addictive and time-consuming series that I've had. When I first got into Monster Hunter, I was every day sitting down just with my 3DS going, I'm gonna beat the Rathalos. But when it comes,
you didn't hear a word out of him, so it's oh damn.
That's true. I've spent a lot of time just sitting down. The only thing you'd hear out of me was swearing every now and again if I lost. Which, when it comes to I think it's the purple Ludroth, the purple Royal Ludroth, happened a lot. But I think that's a really fun game. I'm really looking forward to Ultimate 4 on 3DS, which will be coming out, I think, next year, maybe later this year. I'm not really sure. But I'd like to have the new 3DS before that because of the extra analog stick, which is going to be awesome.
I really want the new 3DS. I want to, because I want to feel the tiny little analog stick in my life.
You know what's weird? I never seen on any list? Pokemon. Everybody loves Pokemon.
Oh my
but
god,
that's never on anyone's list. I don't really want to get the new Pokemon game. It looks interesting. It really does, but I'm just I don't want to fall. I wasn't a huge Ruby and Sapphire fan anyways. So when it says you want to play Ruby and Sapphire, I'm I'm not falling for your shit, Nintendo. I ain't doing this. And they're oh, but you can make your own gyms in this one. And I'm no, I don't. That's not happening. The other day I look online. It's also it comes with a little figure and a steel case for pre-order. And I'm don't tempt me. Stop it. I'm probably gonna buy it. I don't want to buy it, but it's gonna end up it's a steel case. I can't. You know how many steel case games there are?
I'm not gonna really make a best of all time list because I didn't play a lot of games as a kid. I mostly just went and explored the outdoors. But
You're more
as
outdoorsy when I'm the...
yeah, I was a really outdoorsy kid, so I wasn't ever inside. But the game system that I had as a kid, which is why I love it so much now, it was
You're
the
You're the GameCube a lot.
Yeah, I used to play the GameCube in my room. I used to play my DS. I would take that outside with me.
Yeah.
Just to play it with my friends. It was the best thing ever.
You had the DS. You know what I had as a kid?
I'm just gonna name what?
I had the Game Gear.
Oh.
And if anyone knows what the Game Gear is here, Game
I
Gear's
don't.
the massive brick of a handheld console that Sega put out that had no backlight. So I'd be sitting in the playground, and I'd have my Game Gear. Everyone's sitting there with their like Game Boys, and I've got my Game Gear, and I'm just like, yeah, it's time to play Sonic 2. I've got to sit in the shade covering it so I can see anything. There's no colors or anything. It's just screens like this big. It's just... But I love it. I still love the game.
Yeah, but like when I mean like the DS, like I didn't even have the DS Lite. Like I had like the old like the silver ones that like you have to turn it off like before you could put another game, and if you mess it up you freeze like the whole thing and it'd be like, oh no, you've broken it, and I'm like, oh god. But it wasn't like,
man, that was an ugly console.
It was really fun though.
It was pretty fun. It was a pretty ugly console though. I don't remember.
Yeah,
like the DS nowadays is like beautiful and like glorious and all this stuff, but like back in the day, DS was a horribly ugly console.
Oh yeah. Then I got the DSi, which I played so much I actually broke it. Like I broke the screen. It doesn't write anymore. So I'm not gonna make like a of all time list really.
Did you just send me like your list?
But I've got like
you did send me a list. Oh, I agree with several of them.
But I've got like some like if I were to pick like a few games I could play like all the time, I'd probably have oh, it was a Legend of Zelda. It was a Hourglass.
Oh, Phantom Hourglass.
Yes, Phantom Hourglass.
I
was obsessed with that game. I played it all the time. I would take it everywhere. It was always there.
Zelda.
I didn't even own it. It was Matthew's game, but I played it all the time.
Well, you were upstairs, so I did my list, pretty much. Well, I did most of it. I didn't get to say, I think that really, really, really good action, adventure, 3D game, I don't know how to describe it, Batman Arkham City, specifically. I don't say Asylum because the last boss is really...
My best of all time.
Oh, it's not the best. Personally. But... I have to say, City was an excellent game, and almost a really good, like...
It was an excellent game.
It was almost a really good ending chapter to that series, but it's not. We're getting the new one. And holy crap, I want that. It's coming out, like... It was pushed back, wasn't it? It's not coming out next month. It was pushed back, I believe.
Pushed back.
Which is good, because I don't want to get it next month. Like, in October.
I just thought of, as a child... my #1 game, like best game of all time, like I lost it, and I searched everywhere, and I didn't find it for years, and it was Hamster Life.
Yeah, you found it like a few months ago, didn't you?
Yeah, and I bought it just because I wanted childhood memories.
If I'm gonna drop like things that are really, really not even looked at, especially because. I don't know. I've said this a few times on here. I know. I've said this a few times on here. I'm a comic book guy. I really like comic books. If I'm going to make a channel, it'll be for comic books and stuff.
I have a gaming channel.
But
it's all different if I can do
comic book games, constantly overlooked. Love Ghost Rider the game. Love Punisher the game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the first one is excellent. Just excellent.
Why could you not have made it like that?
The X-Men Legends game. Even, and this one's going to go a little much farther back, for the, I forget what console it's for. I think it's for PS2, sometimes the Xbox. Batman Rise of Sin Tzu was awesome. All these games are ridiculously good. Play these games. These games are fun. Spider-Man? First Spider-Man? Yeah. Yeah, that game. That game's good.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, the original Spider-Man 2. Like, well...
Lots of comic book covers.
Yeah. See... There's a thing that they should bring back in games now, in like comic book games now. Comic book covers.
And costumes.
Full comic books. In the Ghost Rider game, you could literally buy sections, which was a bit weird, of full comics that you could read, which, it's like, it seems weird, but thinking about it, it's a perfect way to get people to say, like, whoa, what's going on with the Midnight Suns? Who are they? This is an interesting storyline. This is mildly confusing when you give me a little bit of the last issue, but whatever.
I'm gonna go buy the comics or the graphic novels.
Exactly. And that's what I'd like to do. I'm reading... Like, I've won another, like, reading binge. I read all the...
I will now tell you one of the most underrated comic book games of all time.
Oh, go ahead.
It's just lots of fun.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a comic book game. No, I think it was a comic game.
What? What do you think?
Conan.
That's true. Conan was really good.
Yes, it's a Gods of War type game.
Yeah, it's
a bit of a rip-off or a clone or something. I mean, no, it's fun.
To be fair,
one of the games that I mentioned right there, Ghost Rider, is a very Devil May Cry game.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the, yeah, but God's War with the chain thing and all that. But that's obviously a weapon of his, anyways.
Now we have to let her go back to her list.
We do. Go back to your list.
It's not really an all-time list. It's more like the best games I've played. Like I find personally awesome. Yeah, let's just talk about Phantom of the Hourglass. I really liked Four Swords.
Four Swords is really good.
Yeah, it was really fun. Like that was on me and my friends. Like we'd actually get together. and We'd be like, "All right, everybody, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do." We'd like get in a group.
Not one.
Like
not two. Not three, but four. Four swords.
I have to say, I spent a lot of time just playing like those two as a kid. I've also ones I didn't play, but I really
played a lot of Kirby.
Liked. Yeah, I
played a lot of Kirby.
Oh, Kirby.
Epic Yarn. She played All Star. What was it called again? It was the big collection one.
All Star.
There's like two different ones of those. I think it's All Star.
Like, you know the one like the other one.
Yeah, it's the All Star one.
Yeah.
Kirby All Star, which has like.
That one
really
was like the best game.
Which is actually a remake of a remake.
Best game. Like
it's a weird remake of a remake, if I remember correctly, because the original Superstar was.
I'm now going to list before we go downstairs. Do some stuff.
Yeah.
Some of my favorites right now. I actually texted Matthew when I was upstairs.
I didn't look until after.
Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
God,
love it.
I love that
Fantastic game. One of the games that got me in the
That's my favorite Resident Evil game, by far. Matthew's one of those people, you hear a lot of people who are like, you either love or hate after 4 and beyond. Hate them. Absolutely hate them. Played every one of them. I've had fun playing every one of them, but I only had fun because I was playing with my friend and we were making fun of it most of the time. Even if my friend's played Resident Evil 5, 32 times. He beat Resident Evil 5 32 times. Charles beat it 32 times.
I gotta say
it.
You know what? You know what I think's overrated?
What? What do you think's overrated?
Silent Hill.
I haven't
really liked one since The Room. Like, I've Downpour's cool.
Some people don't even like The Room. Downpour was pretty cool.
But
I like 3 wasn't very good. 1 and 2 are really good. Well, 2 is the best. 2's like the best. 4 I like. I do like The Room.
Different.
I especially like the part where the main protagonist, he comes up onto the roof, right? And he says, "I did not hit her. I did not hit her. I did not." Throws his water bottle down and then says, "Oh, hi, Mark." And Pyramid Head's there.
Yeah. I liked the Tony Hawk franchise, especially number 2. Number 2 and 3. Number 2 for Spider-Man, and of course that cool soundtrack, which I listen to over and over again. Next up, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Still my favorite Grand Theft Auto. I have not played the latest one, so I cannot comment on that. I know.
It's okay.
Everybody's played
story-wise is fun.
And the SmackDown series, the SmackDown versus Raw SmackDown series for the PS2.
Those were really good.
Were really good. I also did like, and a lot of people didn't, but I thought the Day of Reckoning games that were exclusive to the GameCube were cool.
Yeah.
I really like the one where you're playing as Goldberg and you're like, okay, you're taking that WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
So you go there. And they're making the stage for WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's like over this huge drop in water or something like that.
It's a big thing. And there's all these guys that are trying to stop you, these construction workers. And you're like throwing them to their deaths, right? You're like using wrestling.
I think there was wasn't there a match?
It's hilarious.
Wasn't there a match later on where you're in that same area, but you're on like a ring like one of it, and you got to fight like Undertaker or something and throw him off? Yeah. The goal is to throw him off. It's a wrestling match that ends in death.
It's like the Halloween Havoc in WCW days, the real one. This is not a game. Where Hulk Hogan and it was called The Giant at the time. So it's called Andre the Giant's son. That's a big show for you guys now. We're watching wrestling. And they had monster trucks on the top of the building.
Oh, yeah.
They got in the monster trucks and in this like circle and around each other. And there's a big monster truck fight where they're like banging the monster trucks against each other. And the Giant's monster truck falls off the top of a building. And then Hulk Hogan goes in afterwards and he's like, man, I'm sorry, brother. I mean, I didn't want to do it, and he forced me. I had to kill him. And so then he comes into the ring because he's survived this epic fall in a monster truck. And it's
everything
hilarious.
Can be ridiculous.
But we've done our video game stuff.
We did. I think we finished our video game stuff.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it to the end of this, thank you so much.
An hour-long video game extravaganza.
We said we would do
10
something
minutes
epic.
of it became like the Matthew show.
We just it became
10
epic.
minutes?
We wanted it to be epic. We hope you guys think this is epic. We want to make an epically long one, and I want to get back in time for to say this. After we go downstairs and do our moving stuff that we got to
Oh
do,
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
that's
It
cool.
actually makes me sad that we have to do
You-
things because I
think
don't
of-
really want to play games.
Yeah, I know. It kind of makes you want to, doesn't it? And I
Man,
want
you
to do
gotta-
one
you
thing,
can't even
one more
imagine
thing,
how much
one
moving
more
you're
thing.
doing.
I want to make some tea afterwards.
Oh, you're gonna make some tea.
It's time for tea.
Just put Jade Cocoon on the PSN network. Do it now. Do it. Go.
Jade Cocoon.
I love Jade Cocoon.
Oh, Pokemon franchise.
I
We talked
mentioned
about
it.
that
I
in-
mentioned it.
Did you? Good. Okay.
We had a little bit about
You know something we should talk about another time too, guys.
Still
What?
gonna-
Best game soundtracks.
Oh, that's a pretty good idea, man.